Hey everybody. I actually have a reason to smile. I did something very, very big last night. This is wine 11.11. Make a wish. And the wishes were drag and drop to be fixed, correct. Another one was no longer having to use Wine Explorer to export files. I hated that so much. Fixed. The next thing was a bunch of geometry and fixes and stuff. They're all done. OpenCL and GPU compute optimizations and fixes. Oh boy, those are the big ones. Performance in Affinity was not the best. I will be the first to admit this. I will. There's nothing I could really do about it at the time, but as I went on and learning coding and other things that are very, very complicated, I realized that building my desktop environment led me to be able to do wondrous things elsewhere. I'm currently doing research on how to optimize even farther, but before, when I did the benchmark with OpenCL, I'd get 32K. That's pretty slow for an NVIDIA GPU or even an AMD GPU, especially these days. So after some optimizations, I reach around 39K in the benchmark. That is a huge boost in performance, and you can actually feel it in the UI and everywhere else. So before we get to the changes in the installer, there's the File Dialogs XDG desktop portal patch, okay? And then we have the DX core and GPU detection. So basically I added support for a whole bunch of graphics cards and everything else to try to like reduce a bunch of issues. I had to revert some changes that are done in Wine 11.11 that are really bad. All the text was blurry. Okay, when I first got all of this working, it was super blurry due to these changes. Reverting them ended up fixing it, and there's a bunch of other ones. Prevents an abort when input, blah 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 blah. They don't matter. So let's open this up. You may also notice it opens much faster now as well, so it's more efficient. Everything just works a whole lot better. Things are a lot smoother. Now sign-in is not fixed. That has to be done by another program. Let's see if I can actually find a .af. So I probably should put .af. There we go. All right, so I have one right here. Drag, drop. Okay, great. This part still takes 7,000 years to do. There we go. But look what happens when we scroll. Now, before, scrolling was not very smooth. It wasn't. It was very, very laggy, very slow. It's still a bit jittery, but not really. It's more like the mouse just doing incremental scrolling. So if I do this, this feels more in the 60 to 100 plus FPS range. Even though you guys are kind of capped on your end to 60, you still will notice the difference. Like, I'm looking at OBS and it looks smooth as butter. So that's absolutely amazing. If I went to export this XDG, you'll notice, or this PNG, you'll notice that we have the ability to export properly. See that? Isn't that cool? So we're able to get everything done that we need to do. And the best part is, if I go into documents, I have this nifty little logo here that you should all hopefully, well, okay, I had a logo. Where the hell did it go? There we go. Bop. And there we go. Now again, moving around in SVG is still super slow. Okay, it has its problems, but it's much faster than it used to be. And the research that I'm doing is with another person, so we should be able to get a lot out of this. Eventually, I want to get the benchmark as I set up to Windows standards, which is 45K or beyond. God, I wonder how far I can push this. I wonder if I can somehow swap out OpenCL with CUDA. That would be amazing. Now, I can't fix anything for AMD GPUs, okay? And that's because I don't have one. If you want to donate an AMD GPU that you have, it has to be fairly modern. All right, it has to support the newest version of ROCm so that I'm able to like get it working for older AMD GPUs as well. That would be great. You can get a hold of me on my Discord. But yeah, as you can see, for right now, everything's running really, really well. So this is kind of a semi-complex scene. There's a bunch of crap going on here. And yeah. What exactly? Oh yeah, this part right here is the one that I got Copilot to build. Yeah. I wanted to be in a style that I could not get. But here's the difference. I've learned a few things along the way. And I believe I can get the same exact look with a gradient overlay. But instead of this, it would have to be not like that. Oh, that's kind of similar. Is it radial? Kind of like this, but not like this. It'd be more like this, but like that, but not really. You know what I mean? I think it's more like this, but with this, no, that's the wrong direction. Sort of this scaled out, and then we would end up overall changing the color, but I don't think when I do that, I can change the color. Oh, can. Okay, so I would go here. Again, you can learn a lot of simple tricks from AI, even though people don't want to admit it. And I know AIs hate it. I get it. Look at that. See that? And then we can sort of clamp that down to be like right about there. I know it doesn't look like the same. Damn it. Oh no, this. No, it doesn't want to do it no more. Oh well. If that's as close as I can get, then I am happy, because that actually does not look that bad. Minus me going to go fix it. I'd like to smooth this out. Kind of just like blend it a little bit better. I wonder why it got all weird. Yeah. No, that has to stay on. So does the bevel. There you go. Scale with object. That's pretty cool. That's pretty close, but again, it would have to be without the 3D stuff. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. So drag and drop is fixed. Performance has been boosted. Tons of fixes behind the scene. Tons of more fixes are coming. I'm going to try to push this thing as hard as possible. So you should see overall noticeable performance inside the application. Again, if you want AMD GPUs, unfortunately, I'm going to require one. Hopefully it doesn't end up freaking doing GPU reset, because that would just be so bad. And it's not something I would want. But this is really nifty. Now let's uninstall it and reinstall it, shall we? Because I want to show you the new installer here real quick. It's not really new, but again, I made several changes to it. We're just deleting everything. I go here, do the one-click installer, okay? And yes to this. You'll notice that this is here. This is only for AMD CPUs, only AMD Zen 4 and Zen 5. So this is what I would use for my system. And if you have an AMD Zen 4 or 5, that means 7000 and 9000 series CPUs, you could use this. I think, well, I'm not sure. I don't think Intel has anything equivalent to this, to the amount of power and stuff, but yeah, it's clearly written, so I don't want to hear no excuses. All right. And the legacy is still there. 10.10 is still there. 11.11 for everyone is at the top. It's one that's recommended. And I'm basically going to just do the installation with you, and then we're good to go. So, yes. All right, here we go. Alrighty then, setup is complete, as you can see. We're going to hit yes. We're going to install, and there we go. It's doing its installation. Oh my, so many optimizations discovered so far. according to our estimates, we should be able to reach around 43K in the benchmark once all of them are done. Press install, do the jumpy, it's finished. And it's going to do some patching and stuff next. Now, I do have separate distros installed, and I have tested this on Fedora 44, 43, Nabora as well. Of course, we're on PikaOS right now. I've tested it on stock Arch Linux, CachyOS, Endeavor, and they all do work. Okay, that is closed. Perfect. Now it's going to do a whole bunch of... And that's it. And we have it installed and ready to go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And there we are. Fast, efficient, and ready to go. Now, I'm not going to reach anywhere near the actual benchmark store because we are recording, but this is the benchmark, and you can see how fast your system does. Without GPU, it just uses the CPU and everything. Yeah, I've lost a lot of points while recording, but yeah, this helps me show the performance that I've gained versus not gained. So that's a thing. So as you can see, when paused recording, we get a little more performance, but I got other stuff going on, like the fact that I have Desktop open. Close that. I've got Steam open. Close that. And I also have that opened as well. Close that down. And let's try one more. Now, I know this might seem minor to you, nothing really to get excited about, but this is a huge update, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And once I'm done and I finalize everything, okay, I'm going to release this as is right now because this is perfectly fine. But once all the optimizations and research are done on how to optimize the OpenCL side, I will be doing another video about this, and you guys will get to see the whole result and everything. But Affinity is updated, the installer and everything. We just got everything updated, as you can see right here, and update to Wine 11.11 and push. That's it. Done. I hope you guys enjoy the update. You can always support me if you appreciate this amount of work. I stayed up all night for you. Remember that. I stayed up all night for you. So you can donate. There's lots of ways in the description to support me and whatnot. And I will see you guys next time. And if you end up testing this in extreme scenarios, let me know how it performs, okay? That also helps me know what to target. And if you have a project file that is extraordinarily slow, you can send it to me on Discord. Basically just say, hey, I got this project that's extremely slow. Can I DM it to you? I won't share it with anybody, and it will help with the optimizations. Bye for now.